why is our podcast not the most popular podcast in the world? Because do you know what? Right, and now here's the litmus test, right? I think it's like reasonable to say that my YouTube channel is reasonably successful, right? So, and now but if someone says, "Oh, which video should I watch?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know. They're all terrible. Oh, I don't know." So I told someone I was doing a podcast today, and I was like, "I will send any episode. I don't care which one it is. Yeah. All of them are great. Like I have no shame in sending anything, which should be the proof that this is a good podcast. Apart from we don't record it anymore. So.
It's if you like to listen to podcasts where people talk a lot, but yeah, I feel like we did that.
That's
pretty
what podcasts are.
Yeah, we did that pretty well, and then we had this big giant finale where we came together in person at Sedona.
Oh yeah,
and then it was over. We were done.
Yes,
but people have been messaging me. Hey, where's the podcast? And then I said,
was that supposed to be the last one?
No,
I don't know.
But right, let's address this. Yeah. Wait, have you been doing the? Have you updated the document, Sheyn? Which is notoriously your role.
Nope.
Oh my God, Sheyn!
I've been working all day, man.
Yeah, me too.
I know. Do we have? We are so professional. We have planned everything. Except for this
I feel like if we're gonna should we intro? We've got an intro. Okay.
Do we?
Intro.
Mountain Bike Podcast, Mountain Biking Podcast, an MTB podcast about mountain biking. We talk about bikes, but in a way we don't. You never know when by a name. It's the Joey Podcast, now known as the Joey Mountain Bike Podcast for search engine optimization.
No, I still have the recording.
Oh,
I still have the real thing.
I was going to say for our recent wedding anniversary, my wife got me a tongue drum.
Oh, those are sick.
Yeah, they're super cool.
I feel like that's something that she's Googled, and then she's like, "This is what a tongue drum is." Oh, I thought it was something else.
I was like all prepped to play it for you guys.
Can you play it? Can you play the Joey theme tune on it?
No, I don't think so yet.
What are the chords?
This is the type of thing that you just you get super high and you just play it for like 4 hours. At the park, I don't know.
Do you prefer to use the mallets or the hands or other body parts?
Or the tongue.
This one works better with the mallets. It can work with the hands.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ones that I've been looking at these for like 10 years?
Yeah, I remember the old like the OG ones that were made out of like this particular wood or something like that. And it was like, Anyway, intro, you said.
No, this is how it goes. I mean, people that are gonna be like, "Oh, check it out. There's a new Joey podcast." They'll be listening to it at this point and they'll be like, nothing's changed. Nothing has changed.
Hello.
Yes.
It's nice to have you, Alan. I think we've been talking about getting you on for a while.
It's nice to be here.
Have we had you on before?
No, we haven't. No, we always talk about it though.
I was there at Sedona, sitting on the couch, watching.
Of course you were. Yeah. But yes, welcome one and all to the Joey podcast again. If I'm honest, I sent these guys a message yesterday saying, "Let's do a podcast tomorrow. Let's just do it." Partly because I see the podcast are actually really successful. And as you know, we started this podcast to sell out whenever we could. And I realized that we weren't really focusing on that dream. So I said, we should focus on that dream. And that's why we're now doing one. Sheyn, I feel like we should address why we haven't done one in so long.
Yeah, what have we been up to?
Well, I don't really have any excuses. Honestly, now correct me if this is wrong, Sheyn, but you got so busy at one point.
Yeah.
I was like, do you want a podcast? Do you want a podcast? Do you want a podcast? And you were like,
toilet paper.
Fuck off. Toilet paper. Hand sanitizer.
Yeah. There were a lot of times it was just like, I'm out of town, middle of nowhere. I don't have my gear. Yeah, it got a little bit busy there.
You could just get Gorilla with it though. You could just like do it off your phone.
I don't know. Well, like, so even some of the like best podcasts I've seen, like the Armchair Expert, because they've had to do it all over online because of COVID, they can't be in person. The person's like using their headphones and the microphones on their whatever on their computer, and I can't stand it. I can't listen to it.
It's true.
Yeah, it's not as good. But then what was I think what was that? Oh crap! What was that podcast that we've both been on, Sheyn? With the guys, roots? The local roots. Yeah, I remember. I was like, the guys. You know, I mean, this was a while ago. A lot's happened in between then.
Yeah.
But they used some like different platform, and it sounded so good. But then there was no visual, and like you need the visual. How are you meant to communicate? Isn't it like 60% of our communication is done through body language?
I think so.
So how can we can't have a good podcast without that?
It's like trying to talk to someone with a mask or a microphone in front of their face.
Yeah. So we do actually have. So we know nothing about numbers, Alan, or like what is a successful podcast in terms of numbers. But I did see that the Downtime podcast, which is kind of a pretty good one. If you're into racing and stuff, like
I like that podcast.
Yeah, that's it's like that's what it's like. But he said that he had 2 million downloads or plays. I'm gonna guess. Oh, pardon me. Wow.
Jeez.
Just straight into it with the bad manners. I'm sorry. Hopefully Brian Kennedy isn't listening. He's the number one complainer.
Disrespected all your listeners.
Yeah, exactly.
He has an accent like you do, so it seems like that's the main thing.
He's actually kind of a lot more. No, not Brian. I mean, Brian obviously has
not Brian. Yeah,
Brian. The Downtime podcast.
Oh, I've never heard it.
I love the way that like it's only English people that have this from Americans, right? So only English people. They're like, oh, you have an accent. Every other country, nothing. Oh, you're French. Oh, you're German. It's like, oh, you got an accent. It's like
we speak the same language. Different.
It's like, what do you think that I don't think we ever say that about Americans. Maybe we do. I don't know. I've never said it. I've just been like, oh, American or Canadian. I don't know. Sound the same.
Sound the same, eh? What did you call it? Downtime podcast?
Yeah, Downtime podcast. So they've had 2 million listens. We've had 37,000. So we have a ways to go here. We should start yahooning, I reckon. Do you reckon we should do 2 a week? I'm really motivated for podcasts.
Oh, I don't know. No. I'm like, okay, so I just finished.
Unless I start doing some solo, and then you just kind of come in every once in a while.
Have you listened to the MTB podcast?
No, Alan, you must know I shy away from, apart from you. I can't believe I was about to say that before correcting myself. I generally shy away from anything that has MTB in the title.
Right.
Yeah. Unless it's followed by Alan or precursored by Daily. Like those are my 2 exceptions.
Yeah. You know who has a really good following is actually the Path podcast. You ever listen to that?
Who?
At your bike shop
podcast? Yeah, that's my bike shop. I didn't realize this. I just saw that they had a podcast, and it turns out that they're actually like listened to like all over the place, like all over the country.
Is it specific to California?
They talk a lot about like Southern California, but they talk industry stuff as well. Like they get really into depth sometimes with like suspension setup and that sort of thing.
Oh no, who would do that?
Yeah, super nerdy.
Okay, what about? Oh, so I was just gonna say, are you gonna finish up? Go ahead, finish up.
There's it's kind of weird though because they're on a series which is called like what the hell is it? It's like Mountain Bike Radio. It's called Mountain Bike Radio that has like 5 different shows on it.
Oh,
okay.
Get on that?
No, Sheyn, we are independent creators till we die here.
You know, I feel like when we started this, it was kind of like there wasn't any good mountain bike podcasts. Were there?
There was there's Downtime podcast, which is good because he interviews like good riders.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in the rider, then you're like, oh, I'd like to hear more about that.
Yeah.
And then there's also Davey's one, the Hook It podcast, which has been pretty good. He's a bit more general. I don't think he's he like just enjoys podcasts, so he puts them out. But him and Ollie Wilkins during like the UK lockdown, they were doing like one all the time, and it was pretty funny. And they just kind of it was good jokes.
What about the Pink Bike podcast? They just came up.
Yeah, you know, they always talked about that. Actually, when I was working there, old BKXC sent me a message saying, you should do a Pink Bike podcast. Like, everyone's doing them. Like, there's got to be one. And I was like, I can barely get these people to stand in front of a camera. The idea of a podcast right now is just so far away from it. But
I kind of like Mike Levy.
Dude, Levy is so good on that podcast.
He's cool. Yeah.
He's, and that's how he is in real life. And he's so tongue in cheek all the time. If I go right, I did a video ages ago where it's like when I showed my mate Wilson around Squamish, and he was featured in that. He came riding with us, and you saw a little insight into what it's like riding with Levy. He just shouts at me the entire time.
Always on. I love that.
Yeah, he's just like, Paul, just shouting at me.
What did he say? Other than just
he'd just be like, hurry up! Why are you doing this? Yeah, it's just all the time. There's a really good bit actually where he goes the wrong way, and I'm like, I as he goes the wrong way, I'm like, what are you doing? You're going the wrong way. And then like time passes, and he's like, what? I was like, you've gone the wrong way, and he just goes, oh yeah, I did. Fuck! Yells it in the forest. Man, he's so funny. No, it's pretty good. They need to get more Sarah on there though, who's awesome. She's been in a couple times. I'll be honest. I don't think James Smurthwaite is amazing in that podcast. Who's that? He's like he's like one of the European content people. So he like he does what Sarah does it in the North America, like manages the homepage and everything, and then he does that on European time. Well, that was really weird. What? European time. There we go. European.
So like for their podcast, he's like the Sheyn of their podcast.
No. They like at the beginning they just like read the news. I'm just like, don't do this. Like that's what the freaking website's for. Just go on the website.
Yeah, let's read the news.
It's
Vital's inside line is pretty good too.
Yeah, some of those have been pretty good. I have listened to a couple. I think I can't remember. Last one was like Nate Hill that I listened to, I think, ages ago.
It kind of depends on who's interviewing, I think, sometimes too, because they have different contributors. It's like depends on that. So I think you just need to do this more often. Like,
yeah, I'm completely with you, but it's somewhat tricky trying to get, because I have 0 life commitments. Sheyn has the exact opposite of that. But which is where the chemistry comes from, you know, exactly. Alan. I think this is what makes it work. We didn't need Josh. Josh was a waste of time. We just no. I'm joking. Josh was great, but I like the idea of having the guest format. I think it'll keep it fresh. I think that's maybe, but what was missing. But I'm talking too much again, aren't I? Wow, I haven't missed a beat.
Saying that we're going to keep the guest.
Shut up, Paul.
Yeah.
I just got to say this is really cool because the last time I saw you two and interacted with you live was Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. And like that for me was just like a rad time. And then like so much has happened since then. So it's like I'm just kind of like flashing back to like everything that's happened since then.
The months have flown. It's crazy.
Yeah, haven't they? It's
September's over? What I have to decorate Halloween now? I love decorating for Halloween, but like, holy
Halloween.
shit, it's here.
Yeah. Do you think that they're talking about canceling Halloween?
Oh, they are? I was going to get a really long PVC tube, like a 10-foot tube, and have the kids stand at the end. What's that got to
do with? Oh, right. Okay.
Stand at the end of it with their bags, and I would put on hand sanitizer and slide them down the tube and chuck big candy bars at the teenagers.
Candy tubes.
It'd be great if you like had just something. I don't know, just soup or something. Soup? Like, get your bags out, kids. I just got some soup, and they pour it down. They're like,
minestrone.
It was a trick. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well. But we should do more. I guess we don't have a. Wait, we do. We have a YouTube comment section. comment down below who you'd like to see on the podcast. If you're listening audioly, that's a word, go onto the YouTube channel and write it there. There we go.
Or you can email Paul at paulthepunter@paulthepunter.com.
Yeah.
Or just give away your contact.
That will definitely work.
Your face for a second.
His phone number, 385
like,
429
Look, Alan, the secret why this podcast works is that there's 4 cuts in the entire thing. That's how, like, if that happens, I'd just be like, oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm always watching for the cuts.
Oh, yeah. The 4 cuts. But yeah, no, we should definitely do more, Sheyn. And I should definitely stop talking because I'm just talking too much.
Alan, when Paul says that we're going to keep the guest format, that's his nice way of telling you, this is your only chance you got, dude. You're only on here. We don't want you on here anymore.
One shot.
You better make it good.
That's it. I mean, I'm just wondering at what point are we going to start talking about CrossFit-based things? That's why.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to come up.
Okay, so during this COVID thing, like you're either like on the couch doing nothing, or you're full on CrossFitting it. And I know you're Alan. I know you are CrossFitting, aren't you?
Yes, I haven't been. It's been a weird time because like before COVID hit, the wrist injury hit, so that like really put a dampering. It really dampened. It grip-toed my fitness quite a bit, and that was a tough one. So like, and then
you did end up rebounding from that. So
I did. Like I couldn't lift it for a while, so that really kind of made it weird. And then like once I started getting able to move again, then COVID hit. So then instead of like working with like 100 pounds or 150 pounds, I was working with 2 25-pound dumbbells for.
Oh, you really ramped it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ramped it up. Whoa.
Yeah.
That was good.
Wasn't far to travel to get to that one, but you know.
Oh man.
Puns. Yeah. Great stuff. That's why this podcast is A-class.
Well, how's your podcast doing, Alan? You've got the Air Horn podcast.
Wait, is that Cat?
Yes, Cat.
I was like, that must be one of the. Sheyn, why did you look around? You know that there's not a cat in your.
Oh.
She's just like, why are you over here
joking? Is that actually a cat?
Yeah.
You've both got cats. Oh my God, Sheyn is pulling out a cat right now.
Let me pull out the cat.
What? Oh my God! Wait, are they the same cat?
Yes,
are they the same cats?
Mine's a Himalayan.
Kitties.
Her name is Sandy.
Look at your face, Paul.
But are they what breed is yours, Alan?
This is like a weird mixed mutt, but she's part Siamese.
Look at the cats; they're the same.
Yeah, it's weird. Yours is like a Siamese.
They're exactly the same.
I know. Well, mine's long haired.
Yeah, mine's a medium haired.
Yes, basically the same thing.
It's like medium travel.
Wow, that is an hilarious coincidence. I didn't even know Sheyn had a cat.
Mine is deaf though, so if she meowed, you would hear her because she's super loud. She doesn't know how loud.
Just good. Welcome back to the Mountain Bike Podcast.
Yes. What were we talking about?
By nobody, and I wonder why.
We're just asking how's your podcast going?
It has a loyal following. I only have like 300 subscribers, but like the people that are there are like really into it. So it's like I have tried to quit every week.
You don't want to do it anymore?
Tried to quit every week. Amazing.
Because I like it, like you guys are talking about, like this, it's like a slow growth. And I sometimes
too slow. Do you know how long it took us to get to 300 subscribers? Long time.
Yeah.
Way longer than it should have done.
The Air Horn podcast was like competing with you guys for a minute. And then you took off. Yeah. Just at the very beginning when you were like in the hundreds, like, but then you had
500.
And then you hit some, then you had some good guests and then.
No, but we haven't had guests for that long. Well, no, I guess we had replacements. That's what they were before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just, oh, one of us is busy. Yeah. Let's replace it with someone else.
I didn't realize we were at 1100.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just like, but here's the thing: Robert, old biker, has freaking passed us already.
He deserves it. He's been putting in the work.
He
love
has
his
done.
like short little clips.
Yeah, that's huge.
Those are super cool.
Is he
Check
doing
it
that?
out.
Like, I don't want to get technical, but is he doing that in like YouTube Studio? Because I know you can do that. You can like do it while you're recording. Actually, anyway, the clips really help.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, Sheyn, look into it.
Oh man. So I just watched, have you seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
Oh, look, let's not talk about
No,
this.
I
Not
just
talk
watched
about
Casey
this.
Neistat's video on it, so that's all I needed.
Oh, it's just,
I got the clip notes.
God.
I like,
Look,
it
here's
makes
the
me
thing.
question all social media.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Every single business in the world does that.
Yeah.
Why is it? Oh, tech companies can't do it. Coca-Cola can, McDonald's can, KFC can.
Have you watched it though?
No, because I know what's. I already know the synopsis. I know the synopsis. They create a thing and they make it so that you want to come back over and over again and use it because it's kind of like a gambling. It's a gambling addiction.
Yeah, but
this has been talked about forever.
It really makes you think about like, okay, when I am participating in this, and it's not a bad thing to participate. They're not saying shut everything down, but when I'm participating in this, am I the one being fed, or am I feeding the people, or the followers, or whatever? And is it a good positive thing? Like,
Yeah,
I'm really trying to think like, okay, like when I put a video out or when we put something out, is it worth someone else's time?
right.
Am I bringing value or comedy?
I feel like it wasn't until it was when I started creating content that I started being more healthy about my social media, because I saw it as that, like it was an exchange.
Paul
It was
doesn't care.
exchange, guys.
No, I think it's ridiculous. Well, I don't think it's ridiculous. Like, but it's just like, it's so funny how social media is like this really bad negative thing. But that's what that whole documentary is about.
Documentary.
That's the whole point. Yeah, but okay, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, okay, so when they're like reporting or journalism things, that they go on both sides of it, it's totally goes on both sides. It's not just putting down social media.
But that's what everyone will remember. Like you just said then, and you're like, oh, I'm way more considerate of my social media use now.
Yeah, of course.
But he hasn't gone social media. But he's not social media vegan though. Like
social media vegan. What would that be? You only use Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Like you only do you don't do any social media. But if you were like social media vegetarian, then maybe you wouldn't do Facebook.
Yeah, but hold on.
Vegetarian, only Instagram.
Well, that's really pretentious of you to say that, Alan. We don't say pescatarian around here. It's the most pretentious word. Actually, Alan, let me tell you a funny story. I got a funny story, right? When me and Sheyn first hung out and made a video, that was the first time we hung out. Yeah, Moab. We went for a drink afterwards, and it was just like the most bromance thing. That's the only word you could talk to describe it as, right? We're sat there and we're talking. I think, did we order food? Must have ordered food.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then it's like, vegetarian. Yeah, me too. But I eat fish. Yeah, me too. But I don't say pescatarian. And then at the same time, because it's such a pretentious word. Like in sync, eyes locked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And then we kissed.
Just a little.
Yeah. Who was the big spoon?
There's no time for spooning.
Nope.
No time for
spooning. Which is dark.
No time.
Cut.
Oh my god. Cut. No, I told you. That's your own problem. That's your own problem.
Man. Well, okay.
Small child message.
How about we talk
Have we talked about man bikes at all?
Joey,
should we try on a bike?
Joey?
No, you haven't gone through and updated the document, so we don't know.
I don't know where the document is.
What do you
It's been
Okay,
so long.
hold on.
I think I deleted it off of my like favorites bar because I thought we were done.
Oh, YouTube doesn't support comments, so I'm sorry. I can't even like put it in the chat or whatever. I can put it in that other thing that we do. Okay, there we go. It's there. Okay.
All right.
I don't know, Alan. Should we ask you questions? Is that what they do?
Yeah, sure.
I guess that was what we're meant to do.
That's what most people do with guests.
Okay, shall I do some change? Shall I do some hard hitting journalism? Maybe that's what the Joey podcast should be about now. Hard hitting journalism. Do you know what we should do? To get a new thing, right? Sheyn, we need a new jingle, right? The jingle is hard hitting journalism. I need a jingle. Oh, you do it on the drum.
God, yes.
Okay, Sheyn, theme is hard hitting journalism.
All right. Hard hitting journalism. I don't know. I have barely had time to play this thing.
Just, do you know what you should do? Do a whole tone scale. Can you? What notes do you have available on that thing? Yeah, a whole tone scale. That's hilarious. So, Alan, that's a dream sequence. It's a whole tone scale. Oh. You know, in things where they go, "It was all a dream." Yeah, a whole tone scale, isn't it? That thing.
Heavy hitting question, Alan. How tall are you?
5'5".
Whoa! Oh, 5'5". Oh, really?
5'5", soaking wet.
I thought you were taller than that.
Wouldn't soaking wet make you shorter because you're heavier? What about when you wake up in the morning when you're freshly stretched?
Exactly. You know, I had somebody who was shorter than me say he was 5'6", but I think he was 5'4".
Oh,
oof. Well, that guy's got many issues to work through by the sounds of it. Yeah, all right, let's do some actual hard hitting questions, right? Alan, is GoPro footage boring and dead? I put it to you.
Like POV footage?
Yeah, GoPro footage. Yeah.
If that's all it is, yes.
yeah.
If you have a story with it, even if it's just like voiceover and some stuff cut into it, so there's a story and it's part of the story, I think it's good.
What was the last good GoPro video that you watched?
Like straight POV, nothing else.
Well, it's just okay. I'm gonna determine a GoPro video is like 85 to 90% shot on a GoPro.
I think the last one, the last good one that I recall is Yuka's video where she goes to, where were they? The most recent like bike park they went to as part of their like tour de park.
Yuka's pretty freaking good though.
Yeah. I love her stuff.
She's so funny. So yeah, I guess Yuka and Eric, they're doing good stuff.
And I straight like am stealing from them. When we hung out, actually, because like they came out to Southern California, we hung out, and when we were like having dinner afterwards, that's what Eric told me. He was like, "Dude, you just start writing a script." And I just did what he did pretty much. So yeah, I like that stuff. But yeah, if it's just like, oh, we did this run, we did that run, and there's like titles and stuff, like I can't really watch it.
Yeah. Although, hey, so Sheyn, I saw, I did click on it and see that Colorado, is that how you say it? The Colorado kid. And that guy, he's actually been in a Brian video before with fishing.
They grew up together.
Really?
They're twins.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I did watch him and I was like, this guy's got some great personality.
Totally.
If only he'd been around like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
he would have been great. But there was so many times I couldn't watch. I think they may have. There's a lot of chatting, and they only.
A lot.
Yeah, he like started writing, and then I was like, nope, I can't do this.
I look at my analytics, and that's what it looks like. Like the segments where like I'm just POV footage, it's just like it just like drops there. So yeah.
What if I'm chatting to the camera and where everybody's there just bantering? Would you watch that?
Yeah.
Well, a certain amount of it. Your videos are different.
Yeah, yours is different.
It's a GoPro and not my point and shoot.
No, that doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't care if the background's out of focus or not.
The bokeh. Everyone loves the bokeh.
Like, who cares? Like, Cool.
You
Shallow
dude, you-
focus. Cool.
you wait till I start. Although actually, I don't have a 2.8 lens. I've only got like f4s, so they
You
won't
gotta
really do it.
You got to get that
Yeah.
like f1.4.
1.9. Only my nose is in focus.
On your-
So shallow.
on your 10 mil lens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate that you say that. I know it's true that no one cares. No one gives a crap about your blurry background or your drone footage, but like I want a really nice camera. I just want to do it. I want to spend the money on it.
That's the thing, though, is you don't need a nice camera. You just need like a fast lens.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah.
But yeah, please hit me with another hard-hitting question.
Jeez Louise, you know that's
Come
where
on.
people come for the whole tone, hard-hitting questions.
Okay, so other than CrossFit
Who?
and mountain
Oh,
biking,
go on.
other than CrossFit and mountain biking, what are your passions in life? What is the MTB Alan that we don't? What is the just regular Alan?
Whoa, Alan.
What is the
blank?
regular Alan? I don't think there is one. I'm just a empty shell. Other than that,
You play music.
I do play music. I mean, I kind of joke about that, but the truth is, I like to create content. I like to tell stories. I like to make stuff. So the YouTube is like what I do. I've done it forever. But yeah, I guess other than that, music and writing. I used to write poetry.
Oh,
Really?
Did you do the
Now
slam?
here we go. Now
Poetry slams?
Shane. We're getting to it. We're getting to it now.
Pull up your poetry document right now and pull up a slam that you can do to us.
I could maybe do one from memory, actually.
Oh, sick!
He's like, I love the way he's like, ooh, I don't know. I'm not prepared at all. One second. Sonnet 23.
Well, there's ones that I've performed so many times that like they're probably just drilled in there.
What's performing poetry like? Wow, this is way more interesting than man biking. Yeah. What's it like?
It's like performing music, except you're by yourself, and you know,
And then
just
everyone,
performing poetry, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, man."
What? Why are you clicking your fingers?
It's like it's
they snap.
No way.
Yeah, the whole crowd.
Really?
It's dead serious. I'm not joking.
I'm sorry. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I have to find.
Okay.
Or are you gonna?
What do I? Poetry
it-
clapping.
Yeah.
Poetry applause.
Is there a
Yes.
video of you performing, Alan, on the internet?
No, this was before those days. This was
before the days of the
everybody had-
internet?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have one locked and loaded in your head?
I might lose part of it, but I could. Yeah, I think I got one.
Let's hear it.
Man, this has been a long time. Okay. Stars are but the indications of their demise, indications of the vast unseen majorities, and I have laid eyes upon the deep ebons of mystery from beneath this argon blanket, and I have wondered what thaws against a buckeye heart cut from an acre of sun. That's all I can remember right now.
Well, that was lovely.
Dude, and you did a bunch of performances too?
Yeah, I used to perform.
That's awesome.
Oh, my heart, man! You guys, like, this is the first time I've been like this in a long time. Like,
This is serious
it's
stuff.
really weird, dude. When I'm in front of like the GoPro or whatever, it's just like whatever. I'm just like me, but like that, like, ooh, that
was
got me.
deep, man.
That got me hot.
So what was it?
That
What is
got
it, what
me
is it about? What was that about? What was that about?
Is kind of like there's like a connection between you and everything, but I always like looked at that in an interstellar way. Like you could line up the atoms or particles between you and some star somewhere in a different galaxy, you know, and there's some relationship between you and that, and there's something for me very poignant about that.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I love it.
What do you do?
Poetry clapping, Paul?
No, I'm not. I was just delving deep into Alan's videos to see what his first ever videos were.
Oh God, good stuff. Good stuff.
I was wondering if I've seen two videos about music bands, and I was wondering if you were in one of them, but it doesn't look like you are.
Yeah, those were like interviews that I was filming and editing. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do for a job? Let's get to know Alan, Sheyn. Let's open the hood.
I thought that's
bonnet.
what we were doing.
I mean, we were kind of, but like we were really just cleaning the windows. Now we need to check the engine.
Got it. Check the oil, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I work for a software company and I'm a designer developer. So I do both of those things. Design and develop.
Okay. Have you made anything notable that we'd be like, you made this, for example, as a reaction, potential reaction?
Have you heard of Esri?
Esri.
Esri.
Wait, do I just know this because you told someone else and I read it in the Slack, the YouTuber Slack group?
Probably. So Esri's probably one of the most influential companies that nobody's ever heard of.
Whoa.
Yeah, we make like software that cities and countries and militaries run on. Basically, that's what our software is for.
What was the thing from Terminator?
Skynet.
Skynet.
Yes.
You work for Skynet, Alan. This is what this is.
Yep, precisely.
Wow, someone that works at Skynet, and that's definitely what I'm going to remember.
It's funny because like that's kind of one of our things is to like make a smart Earth, like make a like literally like make like Earth smarter.
It's gonna decide that we are horrible viruses, which we are, and that we're killing the planet, and then it's gonna turn against us. Okay,
yeah, but we just got to keep mutating so that the vaccine can't get us.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Hey, I feel actually like, should we talk about mountain biking at some point?
We should talk about your skateboarding.
Skateboarding, yeah.
My skateboarding, or Alan skateboarding.
Alan.
Yeah.
Dude, you're a badass skater.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's videos?
7 years ago.
7 years ago. I'm probably not badass today, but
where can I find it?
You go to the MTB Alan YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Sort all of his videos by oldest.
Done it.
And it's the like ninth one in.
Alan, that's your last name? Okay.
Sangma,
yeah.
Sangma. Yeah. Look at that flow. Oh, wow. And I'm obviously talking about the hair.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And your bowl skills.
Yeah. I'm good with my bowls.
We got to link that shit below.
Dang.
That's you, Sheyn.
Yeah.
That's you. It's your
Good
job.
stuff. Yeah, I used to skate like pools. I was all about like skating like backyard pools and stuff and skating since like the 80s basically.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff. That was my first culture.
Yeah.
Hey,
how is skateboarding different to mountain bike culture?
It's okay. So it's funny. I was just talking with Tony about this, Tony the Outsider, and I feel like mountain bike culture now, like modern mountain bike culture, is pretty similar to skate culture, where it's like, what?
I disagree.
Okay,
keep going though.
Maybe it's just the people. Okay. Maybe it's just the people I ride with, but actually, a lot of the people I ride with are former skaters. But how is it different? I think there's definitely more like community with mountain biking in terms of like if something's wrong with your bike, people are like going to stop and help you.
Yeah, but hold on. But what goes wrong with your skateboard? Oh, I've snapped it in half.
Break
it. Yeah, exactly. You could there's not much that goes wrong, but I feel like if you like dislocate your finger, you're kind of on your own to get to the ER.
Really?
I think so, more so with skateboarding. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we experience skateboarding and mountain biking differently. And I don't get me wrong, mountain biking culture, I feel like is very inclusive. There are a lot of friendly people in it, but I feel like it's almost gotten more hoity-toity than golf. Like,
really?
I cannot wait to. Can I come back? Can I come back on that already? I'm so ready for this. I'll come back on this. So, Alan. Let me tell you, I needed to, after I had my camera stolen and I was like, I just kind of went, no, stop all this. I need to figure out what I want to do. and where I'm going to take my channel, right? And I was like, I need a sport that isn't golf. Wrong. I need a sport. Cut, redo.
I agree. I 100% agree.
No, I need a sport that isn't mountain biking. I need to do something that's just very different. I can't just mountain bike all the time because it's not going to be good long term for both my health and everything else. So now I used to play golf a lot when I was younger. Do you know much about golf?
I don't.
Is it the one with the windmill at the end?
Very good. Okay, so I was pretty good.
I know a little bit about golf.
I was captain of my school. We came 8th in the country. I played tournaments and stuff. Kind of sucked by myself. I was like more of a team match play kind of person. Anyway, and then I was like, I'm just going to go play golf. So all the guys from my CrossFit gym, they're all golfers. And then so it's kind of quite easy to find people and go with it. And dude, I haven't played golf properly for like 15 years, but golf is the exact opposite of hoity-toity nowadays. I was going to say
It was known
mountain biking. Mountain biking has become way more hoity-toity. At some points elitist. I will say it.
That's the word.
Yeah, and golf is like the every person's sport all of a sudden. Like
I guess
the fact that you can drink on the golf course, that blows my mind.
Am I like half here?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
That's awesome.
That's the GoPro just like freaked out.
Is that a Hero 9?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
just another reason not to buy the Hero 9 because it's just pointless updates at this point. Oh, there we go. That's way better.
Did it?
Wait to see the review.
I don't know.
Let's get back to the topic. So yeah, I do think that there is potentially some kind of attitude problem working its way into mountain biking. What do you guys think?
100% agree. Yeah.
God.
It's like you got to have all the gear, the Troy designs, and the carbon bike. And
No. That's image. That's image. I mean, like,
and then just the way that those people are.
no, it's not those people. It's not those people. It's definitely. It's like I think it's, and I've been perfectly guilty of it as well, as I've realized. Is you get to a certain skill level, and then that's when you get the attitude. That's when you get the I don't want to ride with that person.
Okay,
I'm going to ride with people that are as good as me.
What I find interesting is I feel like there's like a band of there's like your beginner, and then there's like those people, and then there's people that are like really good. And I find that those people that are really good are like usually pretty humble and will just kind of ride with anybody. So that's kind of what I've experienced. I think I went through that period where like I was past beginner, moving into intermediate, and I was like, I'm better than the beginners. And I'm not saying that I'm like super good, but I've been riding with people that are just like way better than me, and they're all just like super cool.
See that.
But then maybe that's just down to the person. Maybe it's nothing to do with the sport at all. Maybe it's just down to the person. Obviously, like a mountain bike doesn't change your attitude. Like that would literally be impossible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the one thing that I find with the people that I ride with anyway, or the crew that I just kind of tend to put together, especially when I'm at the bike park, and that crew usually just kind of comes together like fluidly. This is where it's similar to skating, where I know where that person's at. I know they haven't hit that jump or that extension. And so I'm stoked when they hit it. Even if they do a terrible job at it, it's the first time they hit it, and everybody knows it's the first time they hit it. So everybody's stoked for them. And like, I think that's kind of like just knowing where everybody else is at, and it's all relative. That's what I like.
Yeah. I love that about skating. Like, everyone's progression is celebrated.
Yeah. The first time somebody drops in on a ramp is like,
I love watching
such a beautiful
videos.
Yeah. The fail videos are great too. But did you see, I don't know if you follow Tony Hawk or Steve Caballero or anything like that, but Tony Hawk had video of his daughter dropping in for the first time,
No way.
And it was so amazing because like watching Tony Hawk being so stoked for his daughter to like drop in for the first time was just like,
Oh yeah, that's got to be a lot of pressure though to be Tony Hawk's kid. Like his son Riley is a professional, like super good professional skateboarder, and I wonder if it was like, you've got to be in the family business, son. Like,
No, I bet there's no way it was like that. Surely.
When's your video game coming out?
yeah, Riley,
He's been in video games already.
Pro skater.
Hey, did you guys buy Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 the reboot?
No, I haven't done the video
It's
game
great.
consoles.
God, I don't have. I wanted to, but I that's one thing I can't do. I can't do video games. I won't have any other time in my life because that's all I'll do.
Social media, you cut it off.
Like a limb.
Minecraft will take over your life.
Video Games Anonymous.
Video Games Anonymous. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is something that I'm now going to try to work towards, is just trying to create a better attitude, I think, in mountain biking.
So
because there is definitely a lot of like, oh, you guys aren't good enough, or there's no consideration. I think that's the thing that I hate the most, is like the consideration. There's definitely, there might not be an attitude, but there's the kind of,
I'm still
unspoken consideration of people just pissing off down the trail, or like not stopping frequent. If it's like, hey, I've never ridden this trail before, there's no consideration. They just fuck off basically straight down the trail. I hate that.
I mean, I still will go there. Like I just recently was at Snow Summit. There was a guy that was like, hey, do you mind if I jump in on your train? Like, we're just going to party train down some trail. And I was like, sure, just jump in behind me. Because, the way he was set up, like I was looking at him and I was like, I don't know. His bike is a little bit older and like,
so you were judging him. That's what you're saying.
100% judging him. And then he's on my ass the entire trail and like half the trail. And I was like, go around me. And then like I couldn't keep up with him. And I was like, man, I just totally misjudged this guy. And then like we became riding buddies after that. And now like he's like one of my favorite riding buddies.
I kind of want to get back to that. Like I'm building up my hardtail again, and I want to go back out riding in jeans.
Why are you building up your hardtail?
I want to be that dude in jeans and a t-shirt, tennis shoes, hardtail.
What are those jorts? Have you seen those jorts?
Jorts?
Oh, the hand-up ones. Hand-up made them, didn't they?
Cool.
No, somebody else made them, but they're like $80. But I guess Hand Up made them too. But somebody else made some. But yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to just like stealthily just be so intermediate on someone when they thought I was going to be beginner.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna so intermediate.
I'm like so beginner / intermediate that I'm feeling the people that are like, we're better than you. But then I ride with the really, really good people, and they're super cool. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I also think it's like terrain too, because like I ride with people who, like for instance, like if Tony and I ride together and it's steep and chunky, he will like leave me. But if we're like at the bike park, I'm like way faster. So it's like really dependent on the terrain. Like I know if I came out to Utah where you live, Shay. I know you live in Colorado.
Ooh, well played. Well played. Had me. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to jump on that. Oh,
I thought
Shane, you won't believe what he's saying about you now.
I thought you lived
my channel. Half my videos are in Utah, Moab. So.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I don't know what I would do on that train out there.
Well, come out. We'll see.
Let's do it.
I can't go anywhere. I'm going back to the UK for the winter.
Is that where you're gonna start your golf YouTube channel?
Who says I haven't started my golf YouTube channel already, Shane?
I told you to let me know your channel. I want to.
Who said? No, we've just been filming. Just the way we've also been filming mountain bike videos.
So
where did you ride recently?
Yeah, I've been riding a ton.
Where was the
filming a ton? Do you know what? I just went for the wettest ride of my entire life tonight. Wait, was it? Yeah, it might have
Was it
been
on a mountain
actually.
bike?
Yeah,
It's been a while since you've released a video. Like you're
I
turning,
know.
you're turning
I-
into a single track sampler.
I know.
Post one
I'm-
every 2 months. Come on.
I'm kind of enjoying it actually. Although really, I feel like I've missed out because all the CPMs have gone up loads on YouTube lately. And I'm like, oh, I should really have made more videos to capitalize on this and been a good business person. But no, I'm waiting.
How does a golf
Dude.
channel work? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do
Like, okay.
POV?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Get the gimbal out. Everyone will be like, whoa, what's this?
Gimbal.
Well, I mean, mix it up. Have your big camera out there too. Are you gonna do
No.
tutorials?
No. So it's going to be about me trying to get back to being as good as I was when I was 18. So it's kind of fun.
Wow.
Also,
drunk off
here's
your ass.
huh? No. It's kind of going to be a bit serious. It's going to be a bit serious.
Oh, it's gonna be serious.
That sounds like
Yeah.
every middle-aged man's life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
back to my old skateboarding.
Trying to
Yeah, there
trying to
you
be
go.
trying to be
There
what
you
I
go.
was when I was 18.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know. It's going to be. Do you know what the thing is? So the golf landscape is kind of similar. There's a kind of a Seth
Mhm.
in golf called Rick Shields, and then there's like the next tier, and then there's like it's kind of a similar landscape, and there's a whole bunch like sub 100K subscribers on golf, but none of them. Hey guys,
Rick Shields, 1.27 million.
yeah, guys, let me let you in on a little secret here.
Uh-huh.
None of them have figured out the voiceover thing.
Are you serious?
Done.
Not even Rick?
No, not even old Rick Shields.
5 simple ways to fix your golf slice, dude.
He's actually a PGA coach though. But do you know what? Here's the difference. Here's the real difference between golf on YouTube and mountain biking on YouTube. Rick Shields has 2 sponsors, right? 1.2 million subscribers. 2 sponsors. Freaking Nike and Garmin.
Whoa.
And then he has and let's say like the single track sampler, his sponsors like a golf club, something else to do with golf, Adidas. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like we should talk about this. Like
I really want
it's that
Nike
time
to
of
get
year.
into- I really want Nike to get into mountain biking shoes. I want them to.
No,
make
they
mountain
tried.
biking shoes.
They tried a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
Nike. Let me tell you about Nike when they got into BMX. They came in. They put in a bunch of money. They sponsored like every amazing BMXer. Did like all this like insane stuff. Like they did one called the Pool, where there was this swimming pool in the UK, and it's going to get demolished. So Nike went in, painted the whole thing, and turned it into a BMX competition, basically. And it was really cool. And then like one day they just go, we're out. And then they pull everything. And then they just walk, they just leave. And everyone's like, what? And that's how it goes.
Shane, were you around when Nike SB came into the arena?
I think I might have fallen off because
Okay.
I was really young when I like screwed up my ankles and then stopped. Like 13, 14. But no, it was weird to come back and be like, oh, Nike is making skate shoes.
Yeah.
They've got like the biggest riders and shit. And I went and tried them on. I've got really fat feet. I can't get in them.
You're a Vans
I
guy?
actually I have a bunch of Nike stuff actually because I have slim feet. It's like comfiest ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I just loved how they came into skateboarding. They just did it right. Like they got the culture, they got it. They like had the good riders.
Well,
I just thought like
were riding in Air Jordans for a long time, right?
Yeah, I was like Chuck Taylor's. Like I couldn't afford Vans, so I was like Chuck Taylor's for a long time.
I rode the like biggest, chunkiest shoes you could get, like the old Chet Thomas.
Just big pillows. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Amazing. Wait, we're talking about. Oh yeah, golf. Anyway, I've been doing that. I've been doing.
I'm gonna come over
been
here. I'm gonna
filming-
go over here for a while.
Yeah, been filming some of that. but I've been working hard on these mountain bike videos. They're going to be really good. That's the difference.
In 2 months.
And no, I need to do it quite soon actually, because it's also the time where some contracts set up for renewal. So I should really be like going, oh, this is my new stuff that I'm going to do now, and it's look how good it is and everything.
If you had to describe what was different in one word, what would that be?
That's impossible. It's impossible. That's my one word. It's impossible. It's impossible to describe what's different. It's a lot more planned now, right? It's a lot more like we know what we're shooting when we go out to shoot it.
Got it.
So, and I've hired someone a couple of days a week. No, just
media.
Just I say that because that's actually like I'm incorporated, right, as a business, and my name is something media, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess that's what I am. But no, it's just Chris that I used to work at Pink. Well, that used to work for me at Pink Bike. He doesn't work at Pink Bike anymore, so he's just doing freelance stuff. But then I was like, can you come and film some days for me? And then like we figured something out. Yeah. Ideally, I'd get him for more than 2 days a week, and then we can make even better stuff. But he can only do 2 days a week at the minute. You're
getting him 2 days. That's still a big deal. That's like it's Seth's minion. He has him, right?
I think Seth has a lot more, because Seth's video is different. Like mine still, require going somewhere, go and then going to a place in the trail. Seth's like, come and see my garage. We're going to film stuff in my yard over there that you can see from here. It's like when we film the golf stuff, me and Chris are just like, man, this is so easy. Like, can't believe how easy this is to do. It's like, so easy. But we've been filming.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Sheyn, would you call your videos vlogs? Is that how you would describe it?
I don't know. Possibly sometime.
Yeah, you're vloggy. You're documenting your experience. That's a vlog,
I suppose. Yeah.
I feel like that's like what most people do, and then I think the channels that tend to succeed have like more, or like that like grow really big, like tend to have like some, I guess what they call evergreen content. I think we've talked about that before.
Like reviews and shit.
Reviews and 5 tips to make your lube more lubey.
Of all the things, Alan, that's what you chose. Hey, you do you. I'm in control of the edit, mate. That's staying in. That's how this works.
I don't
3
mind.
Three cuts in the end. No, but like it's not. I don't think it's like. So here's the thing. Like arguably, only a few of my videos are how-to videos, but I have evergreen content. It's just like it doesn't like that's like the old school way of looking at it. But if you just make a good video, like then it will do bananas for ages.
But like you got to define good video, right? Like yours will have like a concept, and you like follow that concept through. So it's not a vlog. It's like when you're like
good. That's that's how you make good videos. Like that's it. It's knowing what you're going to film before you've left the house. And some points I've known the thumbnail before I even know what the video is.
See, I do it the opposite way. I still have a concept, but I do it afterwards.
No, you've got to like. Here's a big secret.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't.
I'm not telling you what to do. You, Alan, you can do whatever you like. But and I think it was actually maybe Josh told me this. Actually, no, he told me about the title. He said the title should be just saying what happens at the end of the video, and then in the video you say. You say what's going to happen at the end at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
That's kind of what, like, let's look at current king of YouTube, Mr. Beast. Yeah. That's what he does. He literally says, like, this is what we're going to do in this video. This is what's going to happen at the end. I've given this guy's 40 cars. He's going to give them all away, and then he's going to get a Tesla at the end. which doesn't make any sense, but that's something that works.
I've never watched Mr. Beast before. How did he start off giving away tons of money and stuff?
He's always done it, I think. Actually, he's done it for ages.
So he's a millionaire before he started the channel.
No, he's actually been like just anything that he makes from the channel, he reinvests it.
Yeah, he like buys islands and shit. Gives them.
Yeah. Like that's he's just like, I'm just gonna keep doing it. He just loves it.
You're gonna watch the video of it. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think if I were a full-time YouTuber, I would have that, like, this is what I want to go out and film. But like my day on the mountain bike is my day on the mountain bike. So I try to like capture as much as I can with as minimal of an impact on my day as possible. And then I have a bunch of footage, and then I like will go through and be like, okay, is there a story here? And if there is, like, can I tell that story? Can I tell that concept?
it's called a vlog though, right?
It's still kind of vloggy. Like, yeah.
I have fun with vlogs, but I would like to do more structured plan.
Yeah. Like the last video, the one thing I changed to make my jumping better video, like those were all just like days out filming. But I was able to like stitch together a couple of days worth of footage to tell that concept, to like talk about that concept. So that worked out.
But then that's different. Like, Alan, I'm going to take a rough shot in the dark here and saying that as a software designer and developer. Thank you. Sorry, as a designer and builder for, I just said it. Developer. Yeah, I was so excited to say Skynet, Sheyn. Darn. I'm going to start again. Maybe I will put a cut in this.
Okay.
Alan, as a software designer and developer for Skynet, I'm going to take a rough shot in the dark and say that you're not doing too badly for yourself.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that's quite a successful path for a career. So I can tell you that you probably won't do as well being a mountain bike YouTuber. So like, this is the thing. It's like you have different motivations for making videos. You're like, I just like making videos. I like going to Big Bear. I like mountain biking. I like making videos of me at Snow Summit, and I'm happy. Right. And this is great.
That doesn't mean I don't do the math and try to figure out what would I have to do to be full time.
Yeah,
I do the math.
I think about that too, and then you're
Alan,
like, "Oh, but then
Alan, tell me,
insurance.
Tell me, what would you have to do to be a full time YouTuber? Tell me."
Well, I would have to have a lot more subscribers. I would need to get some Patreon or something like that going. I'd have to not have a mortgage and not have a daughter in college. Things like that.
Dude, I've got to say, you just look so youthful. Like when you say things like that, I'm just like, what do you mean? What?
Sir, in college?
He's not a day over 23.
I was say, are you 35?
Yeah. So there's all those realities. So like, I think if I had, if I was like, 10 years younger and like didn't have like the grown-up stuff going on, but I actually just recently met a YouTuber who's got like close to 2 mil, I think 1.5, something like that.
I love finding these YouTubers that are massive and I've never heard of them. It's one of my favorite things.
His channel is Okay Baby.
What?
And it's like
it's a family channel.
It's a family vlog.
1.3 mil.
1.5, yeah. So he just happened to be like riding at Snow Summit the day I was there, and we like got a couple of laps together, and we were like chatting, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a creator too," and I was like, "Cool." And then I looked him up, and I was like, "Cool."
The video on his homepage is like just him and his wife talking to the camera for 6 minutes.
Yeah, Wow. People love it. People absolutely love it, and he's like a super nice dude.
He's just a vlogger. He's just vlogging his everyday life. That was
but people love this stuff. Also, I love it. This says gender reveal and then incredible Cali fire shocked. No, I shouldn't laugh, obviously, but there's actually a guy called Drew Gooden. Have you ever heard of him, guys?
No.
He's really funny, but he did a whole video about how ridiculous gender reveals are and how this fire in California, it's not the first time that a gender reveal party has caused havoc. And he found all these other examples. And it's just like insane. There's some guy started a fire because he posted the video of it as well. The video of the moment happened. He I guess loaded some explosives in a box and then shot it with a shotgun, and it exploded and everything around it caught fire, and that started a fire. And it's just like gender reveals. They're starting fires everywhere.
I don't get the gender reveal thing.
I have no idea. I don't even get. I'm nowhere near that point in my life.
Going back to 1.5 million.
Oh yeah.
Okay, baby.
Yep.
Chatting with him on the chairlift, I was like, "Hey, let me just ask you: it's not linear, right? Like the ad revenue, all that stuff. Like as your subscriber count grows, like it's not like linear, right? Like if you're making N number of dollars in ad revenue at 10,000 subscribers, and then you have 100,000 subscribers, it's not 10 times that, right? And he's like, oh yeah, no, there's a curve. So then I started like thinking like, oh, okay.
It's all about
okay, Sheyn,
good, but it's all about
I've got a fantastic lesson to say at the end of this. But Sheyn, what would you have to do to become full-time on YouTube?
Oh, I'm heading there because my wife is finishing up her master's degree to be
cash money.
Yep. And yeah. So once that happens, my $100 a month is going to be supporting me.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That's all you need.
No, but Sheyn, seriously, what would you have to do to turn your current situation into a full-time YouTube creator situation?
I'd have to make better videos. That's what I'd have to do.
There we go. Sheyn. I can always count on you. Alan, you said all these things like I would need more subscribers, I would need a Patreon, I would need no daughter in college. The first thing is making better videos. That's always the answer.
I thought you meant in addition to what I'm already doing.
No, it's just like that's literally what is the number one thing. And the answer is always make better videos. The answer for me is make better videos. The answer for Seth is make better videos. The answer for every single creator is if you want to have more success is just make better videos.
And I feel like
that's a different I agree with that, but that's a different question.
I feel
that's not a different question. It's not a different question. It's the same question.
Is what you're doing is planning it out. Like when I think my favorite YouTuber, Mark Rober, the NASCAR.
Yes. Killer.
One point where he had 0 subscribers and then 1 subscriber. And like he only makes 1 video a month, but he makes them freaking count. And then I'm sure he just
he has the highest average views of any YouTuber.
Oh wow. And he deserves it. He works freaking hard for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't finished watching his new one, but it's so good. But do you know, like one of the things he does is he starts every video with a what, why, and how. So he says what they're doing. He says why they're doing it. And then he says how I'm going to do it.
Nice.
So that's something I've added to all my videos as well in that kind of way. Definitely the golf ones, because can't wait for the golf one to be my main thing.
What's the channel name going to be? I want to know.
Can't say. Don't want to do it. It's not Pull the Putter. Please don't suggest that because I've had I must be 100 suggestions at this point for people saying, Hey, do you know what? I've just thought about it. I don't know if you can see this light bulb above my head, but have you what about Pull the Putter? Huh?
I am going to create that channel. I'm going to do, remember Brian's crispy ass nuggets? Trolling Brian. I'm just going to like,
what was that? I can't remember that.
It was just a troll account for Brian.
Yeah, but I can't remember what they do. Like, how would they troll?
Footage and I don't know, cut it together to make him say funny shit. And I don't know.
Oh, really?
I think, yeah.
I had
It
no
was
idea.
weird.
I thought it was just someone commenting.
Ryan is gay. And I don't know. It was hilarious. But okay, I'm going to go create a Gmail so I can paultheputter@gmail.com.
There you go.
But it's too late because I've already created it because that's the name of my channel, and I've just been making a joke. No, I would never do that. But do you want to know something funny? Like, Alan, I'm really sorry. This is obviously not personal to you in any way, shape, or form. But I always go on about how people have MTB in their name, and there's like 100,000 channels that have it. And I was trying to come up with my golf channel name, and I was like, gotta have golf in the title. And I was like, it's like, how can I have golf in the title? Like, gotta have golf in the title. And then I just kind of sat there one day and went, hold on a minute. This is the same thing that I go on about with MTB. And I was like, oh my God. I'm an idiot.
paultheputter@gmail.com is already taken.
Of course it would be.
paultheputter69.
420.
So good.
Amazing.
I'm joking, but I'm really making this.
Yeah. So, Alan, how do you think you can make your videos better?
I could plan them out more. I could take more time to write them, I think. And unlike also just having more than the GoPro, or at least more shots than like from my camera or from my helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Like having like either just follow cam or other footage from like the side of the trail. That's always really nice. I just never take the time to do that because I'm usually just writing. Yeah, I think I think stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's like the major first step to up your YouTube game, not just your video game, is like just try to think of the thumbnail while you're out there. And then the moment you see the thumbnail, you stop everything and be like, guys, thumbnail.
Filming.
Yeah. Like, for example, me and Chris actually spent about half an hour trying to get this one shot for the thumbnail for one of my videos the other day. Like, actually half an hour. And we tried hundreds of times. And do you know what the funny thing was? I thought about afterwards. I was like, I could have just moved this all around in Photoshop. I did not need... I did not need to be in this exact position, and Chris didn't need to be in that exact position. Like, that's not the hardest job to do in Photoshop, is to create another layer, take a fake picture, put that as the background. Yeah. And then I thought, why am I not doing that for every one of them? And like, just the same thing with the golf and the MTB thing, right? I just sit there, head in hands, like, oh my God, I'm a failure. Like, I'm such an idiot. All the self-hating begins. But yeah, what's your favorite thumbnail that you've done that sticks in your mind?
Favorite thumbnail. Well, the best one, the one that gets the most clicks, is the crash where I broke my wrist. That one's just crazy. I think that's called mistakes. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes happened. Yeah, mistakes were made. Oh, I mean, yeah, do you know? Yeah, that's such a good image.
Yeah, and that was my buddy happened to be filming next to me and gave me his footage. Like, I wouldn't have had that if I didn't have him.
Yeah. Do you know what you could do on this? If I was going to give advice, I know people whinge at me if I give people advice.
Art direct a thumbnail from like a year ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, like, do you know what works great for the crashes is if it just looks like a normal still taken from the video. Like, for crashes, that's like the dream. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, like, I would say if you got rid of that text, made the rider more, put the rider bigger and just put it in the middle, and then just kind of had like, and then the title would be like, mistakes made me have my worst crash ever. I bet that would have just gone
Oh yeah, like just you mean like just like no text on the thumbnail at all? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because it's such a strong image that you don't need it. Like
That's
I know,
true.
did Eric ever talk to you about text in the thumbnail and everything when you were chat? You know, you mentioned
No,
earlier that
we
you
didn't.
had a
Yeah,
chat
we
with him.
didn't. We didn't talk about thumbnails.
Oh, it's an important bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like have you noticed like he barely does any text in thumbnails anymore.
Oh, I don't think I have.
Yeah.
It's just you make the thumbnail interesting and the title. What do you want? You want to find out more?
Well, there's a really good video actually. I sent Bobo it, and he started making way better thumbnails because Bobo's thumbnails were dreadful, but now they're really good. And it was by Jacksepticeye, that really big gamer video gamer one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did a video that's like how to make a thumbnail, and he kind of showed his process and what he was looking for because he makes fantastic thumbnails. And like the thing is trying to get that eye-catching part. And how Eric does it is he finds a wood feature.
Yeah. Pretty
Wood
much.
feature.
Wood feature.
Must
Yep.
find wood feature, and then he'll make all the wood features very bright and bring up the exposure. Then he'll create another layer of everything else around and make it very dark.
Mhm.
Because the thing that will catch eyes is contrast.
Right.
So that can be anything. Like that word, like I normally go for like my favorite ones are like the green tick, like when someone's doing something right and then when someone's doing something wrong. Because like that is a contrast, and that's what I think grabs attention. And that's what Eric has been doing for quite a while now, is just like really gone, yeah, you need to have something light and you need to have something dark, and then it stands out and it pops. And that's like part of the genius, I think. But yeah, the click-through rate thing is kind of funny nowadays, because if you get a really successful video and it gets served out hundreds, millions of times, the click-through rate goes really small.
Right.
And then it becomes pointless, like as a metric. This is something I've only been realizing the last couple of months. And it always just comes down to like, what was a good thumbnail? What was a good video? It's so funny. Like, even I've looked at my own videos very aggressively. What's the word I'm looking for? Heavily critiqued my own videos. Yes, thank you. Thanks, Sheyn.
You got it.
What would you say is a good CTR?
But like that's what I'm saying. I think it's just pointless now, because the moment you get a really successful video, it will get served out millions of times, and then your click-through rate could drop to like 2%, but that your videos had like 2 million views. So now it's like, oh, CTR means nothing.
Yeah.
I hate when my videos get like 2 million views and my CTR is only like 2%.
But like, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can, and I think that's what, I've definitely pulled myself out of, is like you're given all these metrics and you're like, oh, it's that's the reason. And yeah, you could definitely see a bad thumbnail, but also the number will be the same for a good thumbnail, as I've just said. I mean, if it gets served out loads,
I do think it's something you have to keep evolving. The thumbnails just have to keep evolving. You have to it has to be different, like from every quarter, pretty much, because like your thumbnails are usually showing up in a grid of like 11 other thumbnails, and it's got to like have contrast from those as well too. So if like every thumbnail has like an image and some text on it, and then BZPOV shows up and it's just this beautiful image of a wood feature with no text, it's probably the one that you're going to see. And then like when everybody starts doing that, then you got to go back to text. Or when everybody was like block text, then you go splashy text. And when everybody's splashy text, you go block text. And like,
doesn't Brian still just grab a still from his video? He doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Well, that's the only footage he has, though.
Yeah, but when he went to the Czech Republic and he did like third person, all of those videos were bangers in terms of numbers. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so important, and that's the thing. And that's why I think it's so like there's a lot about YouTube that you can't put down to numbers. You've just got to. It's like, is this good?
About, like,
YouTube.
What do you think about like faces I feel like faces in a thumbnail can be really helpful.
So a guy many
like
years
this.
ago. Yeah. That face. But a guy many years ago that worked at YouTube did this. I saw a presentation that he did, and they did lots of thumbnail testing. And if you have someone looking away compared to if you have someone looking straight into the camera, then straight into the camera gets way more engagement than someone looking away.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's that's perhaps something. But again, it's like that's content. Like if you're doing like a big update video or something, then having the head in the middle, blurry background, just looking straight into the camera, it's like, guys, this is serious.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
Speaking of, can you send me a picture of you like swinging a golf stick?
No, stop plagiarizing me.
Can I say, Sheyn, one of my favorite videos of yours is like not on speaking terms.
And Sheyn doesn't speak. Yeah,
I know
this is good.
I know a good video when I immediately want to steal it. When I want to do that.
Do it. That's hilarious. I don't know. I got pissed off at social media at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. There's just like, there's so many. I don't understand why Sheyn isn't one of the biggest YouTubers. Honestly, Alan, like
because I don't make better videos.
I know, but when you do make a good video, it's so good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
The edits are really good too. I like how like the fast cuts and you just like know how to cut it. Yep. When I watch a video and it's like, didn't I see that turn like 3 times? Like it's like the same. It's like people will do a video and it's like there's 3 turns on a trail that look exactly the same, and they didn't cut 2 of them out. Like,
oh, that kills me. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just like, why did you not cut this out? This is so boring.
I'm getting to the point. Like even the video that I recorded with the Colorado kid, like his was 20 minutes long, and I watched it all because I was there that day, and it was fun to see his side of things. But like, I'm putting mine in, and I'm basically not putting any like writing POV in.
Wow.
Like maybe 3 seconds just to be like, oh, this trail's really rough. And then be like, how was that? I don't know. Oh, this is in California. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
When is your next video coming out?
Alan?
No.
Mine?
Sheyn?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
mine?
Sheyn.
Oh, I don't know. It'll probably be this Colorado kid thing in a week or so. I've got a few garbage videos. I like to put out garbage videos.
I like to put out
It's because, I just like to put out some videos sometimes, and I don't want to have it be so pressury.
Yeah.
I need the pressure.
I don't know. I put like 30 something hours into that race day video. So much freaking editing. I was just like, I need a break.
Which one?
Every week.
The one sponsored by Buddy Insurance. The one where I was like,
good.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good company.
Let me race faster. I don't know.
No, that was a good episode.
It wore me out though. I actually took vacation for a week, and like during that whole week, I was just like, oh, I gotta edit this video. So I used seriously like 30 hours to do that video. Probably because I'm so slow at editing. Like it just takes me longer. I need to.
Oh man,
I'm waiting for that new MacBook Pro with the new Apple shit in it to make the switch, edit faster.
What are you on right now?
I'm on a Dell. It's like
lame.
It's a gaming PC, so it has like it has like the gaming graphics cards and shit. I don't know.
No.
How long do your edits take, Paul?
He's super quick.
Yeah, I'm really quick. Yeah, that's it. It's just like, because I can already like I've developed this thing where I can be out making a video, like I'm already editing it like as it's happening, which is kind of detrimental to me enjoying the experience.
Yeah,
but like
and to everyone else on the ride.
Oh yeah, I'm a nightmare, Alan.
The thing is,
I'm such a nightmare.
When we're with a bunch of people, when we're with a bunch of people, I'm like I know that these people are like, oh God, Paul, like, what is Paul doing? But I think it's hilarious because I know you and I know your thought process. And I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, Paul is going to stress out and be super weird for a little bit, but then it's going to be fine when he gets everything he needs.
Yeah. The
He'll
moment
be
I
so
get
happy.
the moment, like, that's it. Alan, let me tell you about it. Like, this is just how it is. Like, I get so stressed because I just want to do a good job. Like, I'm like, why else would I be a dick in that situation? There's no other reason. The only reason is that I want something to succeed. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the failure of it. So when when everyone's like taking ages to get ready, I'm like, come on, we're running out of time. And that's actually how I am. I'm just like, right, everyone's done over there, go and do this, doing this. But after a bit, if I've got a few of those in, then all of a sudden I just go, oh yeah, this is gonna be fine.
It's working.
Yeah, don't worry. No need to worry about any of this. It's all gonna be chill.
We get to a
We're
critical
doing
spot.
it. We're doing it. We've got like 20 gigs of footage now.
20
like,
gigs.
oh, it's probably gonna be fine at this point. Then I just chill out. But it's just that first bit. I just need to start.
Yeah.
The moment I start and I get into it, then I actually chill out. But I'm just a stress head. I am a stress head, but then that's how I've always been.
Yeah. It doesn't help that when we got to the main starting point in Sedona, that like the wind was going like 400 miles an hour on that saddle.
Oh my god! Yeah. And we just had to wait, and I was just like, I just really want to film this thing.
Yeah.
And like, it was sucked. But then we did do it. And then it was fine. And I was like, cool. I did the thing. That's all I wanted to do. I don't care about anything else now. But,
so I guess all in all, my tip to you, Alan, is make better videos. Right? Or
Thanks.
Paul's tip.
Paul's tip.
Paul's tip is to make better thumbnails and titles.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I don't know. I think like the ultimate YouTube secret for most premium growth, hands down, number one YouTube secret.
Wait, no, you can't do that.
No?
I'm gonna
You can't do that
I'm
right
gonna cut. I know what you're gonna do. We've got to read like last week's comments, Joe of the week.
We don't have that.
We do. There's some stuff.
Oh,
You can't.
I thought it was going to be such a good. It's already been an hour 27.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. If people want to listen to this, then they're gonna freaking listen to us. You know, I've been getting I don't know about you, Sheyn. I've been getting just as many messages about when's the podcast coming back as when am I going to make another video.
That's funny.
And I'm like, you fuckers, like, go and bloody share the podcast, would you? If you think it's such a big deal.
When they ask me about it, I tell them I say, I don't know, ask Paul. He's the leader.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Oh my god. Okay. 1 hour 27 minutes. It's last week's comments.
It's last week's comments.
We did a live stream. We played Send It.
Yeah, we did. And I've played that a couple times now.
Well, remember when we played, you were like, oh, it's easy. And I was like, this seems kind of confusing to start off with. And then didn't you try it on a date recently? And it was like,
oh, wow. Great.
Super weird to get into.
Alan, Shane's busting me. So
You're on a date.
I've decided to let Sheyn and Dash, his wife, live vicariously through me. So I've started telling them about my dating experiences. And we had smoke the other week. And we couldn't do anything outside, basically, which is all you can do is squash. I'm not going to kid. I'm kidding. Not kidding. That's it. You can only go outside. So yeah, then I invited her around and we played Send It. But yeah, it was really hard to explain.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Once you get it, you get it. But like first date,
the moment you get past that first feature, it's like so easy to understand what's going on. But yeah. Anyway, we did play Send It. It's great fun. Sheyn beat me. He was the first person to ever beat me at Send It.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's totally out, right?
I think so. I have no idea.
They haven't shipped them yet. I don't have mine.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask because I haven't had mine yet either.
I think you can actually play it online still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could.
I think it's quite. It was quite fun to play online. But anyway.
Last week comment?
Okay, last week's comments. A for Awesome said, "What where are the podcasts at? Incredibly, that was 1 day ago. That
It was
person
1 day
posted
ago.
yesterday.
And then
So,
the most recent comment after that was 2 months ago. It's like 2 months and then 1 day.
wow. Okay. A for awesome. We back. That's kind of it. Super planned as ever.
Yeah.
Adventures on a $700 hardtail. One of our favorite regulars.
Hell yeah.
Just listen to the whole program whilst planting my garden. The king is dead. Long live the king. Stoked for Shane's wife to be on the show. Yes,
oh, yeah, that could happen.
What about that, Alan? Do you know about
She's
Shane's
down.
wife?
Yeah, Crashing Mom.
Crashing Mum on
Got
Instagram.
it.
Favorite troll. She is hilarious, and we should definitely get her on the podcast. I forgot about that.
All right, we'll get her on.
Who else? A for Awesome also says, they actually commented 3 months ago as well. They said, please, Jerry podcast, I have the best Jerry of the week. I nominate myself. So I was cleaning my bike and I have to take the front wheel off. Basically, I used a spare handlebar and used it to lever it open and closed. And when I was closing it, I put too much torque through the axle lever and it snapped. So now
Like
I'm
a quick
spending
release.
so now I'm spending $50 to get it replaced with a stealth one.
If you have to use a handlebar to torque
tight.
your yeah,
It's
ooh,
It's too tight.
way too tight. Wow.
That's so bad. That's up there because like you've used it to undo it and you're like, wow, that was on tight. Well, better do it back up with the handlebar. Like,
Well, I just clicked on his channel, this A for Awesome, in his most recent video just a day ago. He it's titled Well, and then it's like X-rays. A broken collarbone? Collarbone. Oh, dude. Get well in 6 weeks. A for Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's wait, roll the Joey of the Week intro.
Is it you? Is it me? It's the Joey of the week.
Yes, as you can tell, we are already into Joey of the Week.
Yeah.
Alan, have you got? I guess you haven't clicked open the thing. Shane,
No,
do you want to read?
heard it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Dylan
Bonus.
Finkler.
I don't think you sent it to me.
He says, I have a major Joey moment. It's pretty long, so I'll try to summarize it, but here goes. My sister needed a new derailleur cable. Since I had nothing else to do, I decided to ride down to the bike shop and get it for her. The trouble is, though, since I'm only 13 years old, I had to guess at the price, and after the 20-minute ride down there, I ended up being $3 short. So I rode back home, got the $3, went back to the bike shop, and got the derailleur cable. And then what do I know? Oh, I have to click the read more. When I emptied my pockets, I had $10 more in my other pocket the whole time.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I thought I would just share that. Love the podcast. Dylan Finkler, we love your comment.
Dylan, that's a quality. Isn't it?
I've done
That's
that.
pretty good.
Where
That's
people
pretty
are
good.
like, we only take cash. Oh, I don't have cash. And I go, yeah,
See,
I
I
had
thought
cash.
it was over, and then the $10. It was like,
Yeah, he had $10. Yeah, he's only 13.
Good.
We shouldn't swear so much since 13-year-olds are listening to this.
Yeah, you always think this, but then like
Yeah.
I remember I got stopped outside a bike shop once, and the guy was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I watch your videos. I watch them with my daughter." I'm like, "Oh, every time I hear that, I think I should clean up the language and stuff." And then he goes, "Oh, no, you don't have to."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really. I was looking for the. Oh, there's a few. Oh, A for Awesome actually is back in nominating Joey of the Week on the one before.
Remember you're going to the one before?
Yeah, well, I figured may as well pad it out. This podcast
Right.
should just make it a bit longer.
Not long enough.
Speaking of mum, I guess. Oh no, hang on, Michael Cunningham V.
Oh, he's back.
Well, he's never left.
Yeah.
He's always. Have you seen that the astronauts meme? Where it's
No.
like, what? It's the Earth, and then there's an astronaut shooting the other astronaut. It's like, always has been. Legendary meme from a couple months ago. Joey of the week. I decided to try out clip in. I refused to call them clipless, so I got the bike changed and bought a new, to me, pair of clip-in shoes and have been practicing in the yard for my weekend group ride. I get out to the trailhead with everyone else there, and we begin just pedaling up to the trail, and the sole of my left shoe comes off. So I'm there with the sole of my shoe still clipped into the pedal, and what is basically a slipper at this point. But since I was worried about being able to ride clip-ons, no, he calls them clip-ins before. Okay. Trying clip-ins, I luckily brought my regular biking shoes and the pedals I had to use with them and and the pedals that I had could be used with both flats and clips. So I still ended up riding 25 miles that day.
He saved it.
Michael Cunningham the fifth, potentially not a Jerry because he already had it for his problem.
That kind of like disqualifies you from the Joey.
Although I will say, just my 2 cents on those pedals that are like one side's clip in, one side's flats. It's just the worst of both worlds. They don't do either of them very great.
Oh dear. Are you looking at this? Am I the only one looking at this?
I'm looking at that video, the same one. I'm just scrolling through.
Callum Vincent has one here.
Say again?
Oh, maybe I should just control F. Hamburger helper? Or not hamburger. Someone commented about hamburger helper. I need to control F Joey.
That's because Sheyn. Oh wait, did
Grocery.
Sheyn not know about hamburger helper? Wasn't that it? No, of course you would know about hamburger helper. You're a retail.
Grocery. Yeah, I am a grocery guy. Well, Alex Shears riding at his local riding spot hit his first 20-foot step down.
No, this is not like a Jerry moment.
I landed and smashed my derailleur on a rock and snapped the clutch switch off. The clutch was off, so now I can barely shift gears. Alex, if you're doing 20-foot step down, I don't know if that qualifies as a Joey moment.
Yeah, also, that shouldn't affect the gear changing, the clutch switch being battered. Sounds like something else went wrong. But I'm sure at this point he's probably found out what's wrong. Many months ago. Since we did this.
That's true.
Callum Vincent. This is his Joey of the Week entry from 4 months ago. This is a shortened version of events. Any kind of style you'd like this read in, chaps? I feel like I'm quite diverse. Super English, mega English. Like what? I'll go. What's it? What was that show about the upper class in the UK?
Upstairs, downstairs.
No. Okay. Anyway, you'll know what I'm talking about. Downton Abbey. Wasn't that a thing? Yeah.
Yeah, Downton Abbey.
So here I was, riding my local trails in Dunkeld in Scotland. I was on my way to one of my favorite trails, and when I got to the top of it, I felt my left foot sliding about. So I get off my bike and look at what's going on, and I realize that, dash it all blow, my left crank has come loose and is on the verge of falling off. I had to walk all the way back to my house. I think I did more walking than riding. Wow.
That actually happened to Joseph, trail features, on like the hardest trail in Sedona. You remember that? He's pedaling and his crank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't someone get it on camera? Sheyn didn't?
I might have. I don't know if I was immediately behind him, but
Maybe you did. Yeah, you must have heard about that, Alan. He's riding up and all of a sudden his crank just comes completely off.
Yeah, it was. I think that's the day. Was that the day I met him or the day before? Anyway, but yeah. I saw his video too on that too. Have you seen A for Awesome's Joey of the Week?
Oh, he did another one. No, what is it? What happened?
Read it.
I had a brand new bike, but the brakes weren't working very well, so I sprayed them with WD-40.
And then his
No.
last video is of a
No.
broken collarbone.
No,
That went well.
no.
We had to replace the entire brake system on it.
Oh.
Oh my, that can't be real.
WD-40?
Oh, he
No, it's
says,
from a few
I
years
thought-
ago. It's from a few years ago. Okay, so it's
Yeah,
not
Oh, okay.
But I thought you said they were working well.
Weren't.
So I thought it was like
Weren't.
some joke, but no, he says they weren't. Yeah, sorry.
no.
I misheard
All right.
that.
Yeah, kids, if your brakes aren't working well, you spray them with WD-40.
Yep. And then they
For the
won't work well.
I feel for legal reasons in some way we should say don't do that.
Don't. Yeah.
That's really the worst
he's-
thing that you could possibly
If
do.
he's 13, you say he's 13?
And
Yeah.
that was a few
Potentially.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cat is asking for dinner. It's not mine.
Alan just turns around the room. Cat.
What's your cat's
Cat.
name, Alan?
She used to be called Cat.
Oh, nice.
But she's now Tiki, which is rearranged kitty.
Oh, cute.
Oh, very good. Excuse me.
Poor
Wow.
thing. She is kind of hungry.
Makes me want to pet mine.
Alan, is there anything you'd like to share before we wrap things up about you yourself? I hope someone listens all the way to the end. I'm so sorry. I feel like we should have you on again. I feel like I've ruined it because I just took the podcast in many directions, none of which would do with man biking at all.
Yeah, let's do another one. I could tell like it's been a while, so you had a lot to share. I feel like
Just emotionally.
you just had a lot to get
spiritually.
out there. So I'm down to do another one. I think if there was one thing I would tell you about myself, and I've never told this to anybody else,
Ooh.
it's